Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the awesome Daf Yomi. We are on Daf Ayin Chet, page 78 of Masechet Gittin. Very interesting. In today's Talmud, we're going to learn that back in the Talmudic times, we're talking about 2,000 years ago, it was actually allowed, according to the Torah, for a man, a husband, to give a divorce document to his wife, even against her will. This was something that was actually, something that was well known. However, a rabbi called Rabbeinu Gershon, more than about 1,000 years ago, enacted that this is not allowed, this is not proper practice, and it's got to be done with her willingness also to it. This is one argument that Rabbeinu Gershon gave over there. So different questions arise from it. Can you just give her a piece of paper or not, and just say this is it? And she's got to take it or leave it, or will she have to accept it? Will he have to tell her in advance, or can he just give a slot of paper saying that this is it and hasta la vista, or that is? So it actually reminds me of one time in the festive season of 1986. There was a famous British soap opera called EastEnders, and it was a festive episode at the time. You know, naturally people are celebrating at the end of December, where more than 30 million people watched. It was a British television history, the most viewed show ever in England of EastEnders. It was an episode where there was a couple of the name Den and Angie. It was known as Dirty Den and Angie. They were a couple married for many years and everything else. And she had faked terminal illness because she was worried that this Den, her husband, who was known as not necessarily a ethical person, or definitely not a moral person whatsoever, might abandon her or whatever it might be, and she felt she had to fake terminal illness so that he would stay with her and everything else. So what did he one time when they were on the holiday, she got drunk and revealed over to the barman, the bar person working over there, what's actually that she faked it, and he heard it and plotted a revenge. And on this episode where 30 million watched, he sprung her by surprise and gave her an envelope and said, "Time is up. I'm divorcing you," and everything else. Gave her, it was meant to be a festive card, and instead was the actual papers itself to seal the ending of the marriage. And it made British history at the time. 30 million people watched it. Very, very interesting. However, according to the Talmud in today's stuff, because of the decree of Rabbeinu Gershon, one would not be allowed over here to just give the documents, these papers, and do something against her will. And you can't just give it to her. There's got to be some sort of understanding that this is the thing. He's got to tell her the statement and everything else, and it's not just that simple. But in these pages at the moment, we're learning all about the different structure. If someone wants to potentially separate from their wife, that there's got to be some understanding between the couple and everything else. And I would very much recommend everyone to look into this in detail. Don't just rely on this video within regards to this. There's just a small tidbit within regards to the daily Talmud. I would very much recommend everyone to look into the different commentaries of Rashi and Tosfot in today's page and everything else, and learn about the topic properly. And you know, hopefully no one will ever need to know this topic in practice. It should all be just done in theory. So guys, I'm going to wish you a fantastic day here from IKEA and everything else. And enjoy. And actually, just as a side tidbit, Rabbeinu Gershon also gave many other enactments at that point in time. Some were accepted over some of the communities in the world, some weren't. For example, it was mostly accepted in Ashkenazic territories, however not necessarily in the Sephardic or Yemenite territories. So guys, have an awesome day and take care.